In the sea of craft breweries that dot our landscape, there are very few that truly stand out. Breweries that not only create exceptional beer, but also embody the spirit of innovation and passion. Join us as we delve into the story of New Level Brewing, a small establishment that dared to challenge the norms and carve its own unique path into this saturated industry.
My name is James Ross. I'm one of the owners and operators here, along with my brother.
My name is Drew Ross, and my official title at New Level is Director of Sales.
I went to Old College, the brewmaster program, for 2 years, and all three of the brewers that work for me did the same program, and so did my brother.
And while we were doing it, we kind of thought if we ever wanted to start our own brewery, now was the time. And then we kind of took our inspiration from things we like we used to go to a death metal festival down in the States, and we'd drink a lot of beer there. So we thought, why don't we try and make this kind of weird style of American beer up in Calgary.
That's as much just something we're personally into as it is something that we decided to make into a business. And I think it's important to enjoy your own brand. People kind of see through it if it's not something you actually identify with.
So I think we have a couple things that set us apart, but sort of our main motto is New Level, no limits. So when we sit down to talk about branding, or when we sit down to talk about a beer that we want to make, nothing's off the table. So I think having that approach has allowed us to do some pretty different things that aren't very traditional in brewing, and has set us apart that way.
I'd say maybe our first 2 years open, a lot of the recipes were mine, but most of the recipes at this point are our brewers.
My name is Chad Mahura. I'm the head brewer and production manager here at New Level Brewing. I went to school with Drew and James, the two owners, and since then we've built up the brewery together.
The brewing process of beer likely began accidentally when grains were left out in the open and became moist, leading to fermentation. Nowadays, the process of brewing beer is a little more intentional.
From step one is we will sit down and we will brainstorm what we want to see in a beer.
I always ask a couple questions. Is anyone else doing this? If they are, is it working? And is there more room on the market for us to do something similar?
Every beer will have 4 main ingredients, which is water, barley, yeast, and hops, which there's a German purity law called Reinheitsgebot, which states that those are the only 4 ingredients allowed in beer. But at New Level, we do a lot more than that. There's a broad spectrum of stuff that we add.
Some of the sours we make, for instance, are pretty out there in terms of flavor profile, just even in how they look and their appearance, and I think that's given us a definite edge.
So we'll sit down, we'll taste different beers, we'll see what we like, what we don't, what hops, what malts, put all those together and then build a recipe from that.
Now that we're 5 years in, or almost 6 years in, it's a little bit different. We kind of look at our catalog of beers and we just see what do we actually need in terms of satisfying our customer base.
So at the end of the day, we can break rules, but it still has to be a product that sells. So there is a line there somewhere.
Once we're ready to brew the beer, we will do multiple pilot batches, which is a smaller, around 100-liter batch. We will test the batch out 3 to 4 times, changing small aspects of it throughout as we go.
But then we would go from the pilot system, making 100 to 200 liters at a time, to our big system where we make 8,000, 10,000 liters at a time. You still need to make some adjustments. The processes look a lot different, so you might be looking at requiring different ingredients just so they're easier to manage.
Then throughout the brewing process, we're adding the different malts, different hops that we have decided that we like in our recipe development. So every ingredient can play a different role in the final beer.
And then from a packaging standpoint, we use 2 guys that are from Calgary. They go by Slugger Studios, Cam and Chris. We've worked with them since the beginning, and they've actually come up with a lot of our names. And they have a really good vision for our brand and how everything is different, but still kind of melds together.
We kind of try things in-house first and see if the response is positive or not, figure out if we can make it cheap enough on a larger scale, and then we just go for it.
I really think it's a matter of individual taste. I think there are plenty of beers that I don't like that are still really good beers, and plenty of beers that I love that other people might not like as much.
I think if you finish a beer and you want to have another one, maybe not right after, but like again in the future, that makes it a really good beer.
I get a sense of pride just coming here and seeing people enjoying the products and seeing staff members that hopefully don't hate their job too much.
Working in sales and in marketing gives me the chance to be creative, so just to brainstorm ideas and come up with new things, and seeing it go from an idea on a page to coming to life is pretty rewarding. So
I love the team that I work with. It's a great group of friends. We're always chatting, we're always having a good time. It's great coming in and working with guys that we're all friends with as well. Just creating something that I love. You never know what you're gonna make. Every beer can be new and different. Creating memories and having unique beers that really stand out.
As we conclude our journey through the world of craft beer and the story of New Level Brewing, we are reminded that success in this industry isn't just about making great beer. It's about daring to be different, pushing boundaries, and most importantly, fostering a community of beer enthusiasts who share the same dedication and love for the craft. Here's to New Level, and to the endless possibilities that lie ahead in the ever-evolving world of craft brewing.